Bodies are vehicles that take men to heights in God. He puts a scripture on your heart, and for 2 months, you cannot stop hearing that scripture play on your heart. You are hearing that voice telling you consistently to begin to read the book of Revelation. You didn't even read the chapter, let alone read the book. A songs can be there, and for weeks you are wondering, why am I singing this song? Why am I feeling like I want to preach? Why am I feeling like I want to praise, I want to worship? Why? It is the Spirit calling you. Deep was calling to deep. Psalm 42 verse 7. Deep calls to deep. You are deep. So deep was calling to you and bringing you to himself. But you thought it was your mind. No, it's not your mind. Deep was calling to deep. God was calling you. It was a call of the Spirit. An invitation into depth, into communion. It was a call to fellowship. But because you don't know, because you are too carnal, you have not taken time to tend and to cater for those bodies. But after a while, it leaves you. It is aborted. You stop hearing those sounds. You stop having those urges to pray. You stop having those urges to worship. You stop having those strong feelings to come into the presence of God. Why? You failed to cater to body. The bodies that would have transported you into depth and into height in God, that would have readied you for what was to come, you aborted it because you did not cater to them. 1 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 14 said, but the natural man does not receive the things of the Spirit. He said, for they are foolishness unto him, nor can he know them because they are spiritually discerned. The burden has lingered too long, and because it's been there unattended to, it's vaporized. It leaves you. You cannot feel like that anymore. It is never going to be the same. And after a month or so, you try to bring it back, but it's no longer there because it's been lifted. It's gone. Jesus said in John chapter 6 verse 44, no one comes unto me unless he is drawn by my Father. And in verse 65 he said, but this is why I told you earlier on that no one comes to me, he said it twice, unless the Father holds them. You didn't know that the Spirit was wooing you because you thought it is just a feeling. God told Jeremiah in Jeremiah chapter 31 verse 3, with loving kindness I have drawn you unto myself. All those urges you were feeling were drawings. They were bodies that you were supposed to tend to. They were bodies that you were supposed to cater to. They were bodies that you were supposed to nurse. Bodies are vehicles that take men to heights in God. He was trying to prepare you. He was trying to saturate you with himself because he knew what was to come. So God was wooing you, bringing you to himself because he knows that hell was fashioning things against you. So God went ahead of you to bring you to himself so that he can saturate you with himself. Scripture says, no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment, you shall condemn. Which means every single one of us had weapons formed against us. They are formed to bring you down. But because God is omniscient, He's omniscient, He knows the end before the beginning began. He began to call you and say, my son, come and saturate yourself in me. Come and ready yourself. Something is about to happen. Come and take. Come and drink. Come and be strong. Come and turn to the presence. He was calling you so you can pray. He was calling you so you can stay in his presence. He was calling you so you can saturate and dive deep into the word and be covered and swallowed up. Deep was calling to deep. He had taken steps to prepare you by furnishing your heart with bodies, by wooing you to his presence. But you thought it was just your mind. Those were bodies. Proverbs 24:10. If you faint in the day of adversity, it is not because God is not there. It is not because God has stopped to exist. He said it is because your strength is small. Which means you have a lot to do with you standing when adversity comes. The problem with man is that we want God to do what God is supposed to do, and God to do what man is supposed to do. He says, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment, who will condemn it? God? No. He says, you shall condemn. He says, you shall condemn. Not God, but you.